Your life starts when you're 25, by the way. I think a lot of people in this society of this day, 2025, I think it was from 2020 already, the last 5 years. I think a lot of people have been acting like, especially the younger group, they have to make money as fast as possible. They have to grow up as fast as possible. And you have to do everything quick. You need to get a job, you need to get your school right, you need to get your information, your education, everything, right? Everything feels at this limited time, at this deadline. And if you don't do it before this deadline, you failed as a human being. You are a failure and no hope is there anymore. What if I told you that all of that is invalid and untrue? Your brain, this thing right here, doesn't stop developing until you're 25 years of age. This means from your day that you've been born, a baby, up until 25 years, it is development. If you want to use a gaming term, the tutorial is over when you're 25 years old. Stop stressing about that you have to keep up with everything, that you have this thing in your brain before it's too late. The new generation also is a tip for you guys as well. When you are seeing an older person, quote unquote, right, an older person that is 30, how many memes have we seen that you call them Unc or auntie? How many times have you, oh my God, you're so old already? Or people that are 22, 23, and they say, oh, I can't do this. I'm already too old, right? I feel so old. I can't do this. My body hurts, blah, 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 blah. This is where it starts, right? The mouth. You are speaking it into existence. You need to stop doing that. You have so much more potential, so much more time than you think. Your life starts at 25. You have to gain knowledge first. Without knowledge, without wisdom, without experience throughout life, you can't do anything. You have to figure out what you want, what your talents are, who you are as a person, or else everything else is going to fail. Your relationships will fail. Your money making will fail, right? Everything that makes you you will fail. You have to figure out who you are. And you don't have to worry. Trust me. You have time. You can do this. You have the possibilities, the talents, everything is inside of you. And don't worry about the deadline. There is no deadline. First of all, you need to stop saying that you get old. Your prime starts when you're 35. 30 to 35, that's when your prime starts. How many times have you looked at maybe your dad? Let's take that as an example, or any type of male figure. You're like, my arms, I'm working out, or I'm trying to do any type of exercise. Why are my arms or my chest never as big as my dad's, right? In a healthy way. As in, like, why do you always have more muscle, right? Because you're still developing. You're still growing and getting stronger. That's why your dad always seems like this big superhero guy compared to like your older brother or something. It's because you are in development still. Now, we already talked about the brain being in development, right? If you need 25 years for this to work properly, then why are we worrying about the first 25 years? The first 25 years, you need to not worry at all. You just need to accept it, right? You have to try to do your best, try to figure out what you want, who you are, and then from after 25 years, now you have to start like, okay, what have I learned? Now how can I apply this? You can already do this sooner, don't get me wrong, right? Some people have found out who they are or have found that sweet spot way earlier. But this is for the people that there's a lot of people out there that are worrying about their life when they're 24, 23, heck, even when they're 21 or 20. They're like, I'm getting old, how am I supposed to do this? Stop. Take a step back, take a breather. It's not like that. All these schemes on the internet that you have to make money fast, this is how to get successful quick. Nothing grows overnight. You as a development of a human being, your soul, your everything, it takes time, right? You have to sharpen it like a knife, and you cannot speed up the process. You cannot wing it and expect the best. No, you have to put in hard work, dedication, but stop thinking that you don't have time. Stop thinking that you're old when you're 24. Stop saying it as well. That is the biggest issue. When I see these youngsters, right, these 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, and they call a 23-year-old or 25-year-old an old person, that's already when it goes wrong, right? And this is not an attack. This is a warning, because when you are, heads up, teenagers, you're gonna reach 25 years old at some point in your life. Are you old then as well? Are you gonna crumble already? No, your life just started. Act like it, think like it, speak like it. If you're gonna go through life, you're constantly saying, I can't do this, I'm too tired, I'm too old for this, I don't have enough strength, I'll never be able to do this. What do you think is gonna happen? Take a quick guess. when you speak these things in existence? Why do you think self-love and self-improvement is so important? I can do this. One day I'm gonna be rich. This is going to work. This is going to happen. I'm great. Look in the mirror. You're great. You're gonna be great one day. I got this. I am the best. I am strong. These things are important. So now if when you're already, right, in development stages of your brain, you're already saying that you're old, I don't have enough time, I'm not doing this, right, I can't keep up. If you say all of these things and you think all of these things, what do you think is gonna happen? Take this as an example. Let's say you live a healthy life. Humans of this age mostly get around 100 years old if you're healthy and you lived properly, right? What happens then at 25? Compared to 100, right? If you take that scale, 25 is literally 1/4 of your lifespan. How does that sound? Doesn't sound that much, right? So why worry? Why are we busy with these first 25 years? If you don't have it together, then you'll just be impossible to save. Why is everyone so busy with these first 25? It's because youth is so sought after. But who says that 35 is not youth? 35 is an incredibly nice and beautiful age to be at. 30 to 40, which might seem or sounds to you as old, that is a very, very beautiful part in your life. 30 to 55 is going to be such a cool way to live. You're going to have so much knowledge. If you're healthy and you eat healthy and you work out, right, you're going to be in such a prime as well, right? Your physical state. And I'm even a believer that after 60, you still can be in a very good shape. Heck, 70, 80, if you think healthy and you live healthy. Don't you know those clips of those very strong old guys or women that are like dancing or working out still, whatever? Why are we already at 20 worrying about being old, that you can't do it? Relax. You got this, and I believe in you. You just gotta change the way your mind works. If you're scrolling on TikTok, if you're scrolling on media, and your whole brain dies and consuming all these social media things, and you're picking up from other people that 20 years is old, right? You're going to act like it. You're going to talk like it. Cut that out. 20 years of age is so young. 25 is young. 30 is young. 35 is young. Why are we calling these people unks and aunties? As a joke, sure, have a laugh. But you start to live by this, trust me, then you're going to get old very fast and your life is going to go downhill when you're 30. This is a very, very dangerous thing in human society, and this is a very dangerous thing for you and your soul as a human being. They always say, don't waste your 20s, don't blah, 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 this, be careful with this. Learn, right? Make mistakes. Learn from them. Don't repeat them, learn from them. What did you learn? What can you apply? You have so much tools and resources. Here, your brain, this is where it starts. If you don't get this under control, then everything else will fail. If you think and you speak that you're old, you're going to be old. What happens when you do the opposite? I'm strong, I'm youthful, I got this. What will happen then if you say those things? What happens if you say those things when you're 60, when you're 70, when you're 80? You're still going to live in a healthy, youthful way. That's why don't ever lose your child side. Your child side, right? The child in you, your youthfulness, your playfulness. Protect that. Protect that. Because if you let that go, if you let that playful youthfulness go, everything is bitter and everything is just going to be very unfun. And when your brain wants to do something that your body cannot do anymore, that's the real problem, right? That's going to be the real frustration. Make sure that you keep your body youthful, that you keep your head and your brain youthful, because you're going to live, you're going to learn, and you're going to have a very good life. Instead of wasting time thinking that you're old, stop wasting time developing. At 25 years, I think that is the threshold where you're like, okay, if I have not figured out my life, what went wrong, right? What could I have done better? I'm trying to say this as soon as possible now, right? Because I remember when I was 15, 14, and I was going to be in school, right? And then that 16 years of age, you're going to be, what do you want to be? What are you going to do? You're going to need to make money. You got to go to job. You got to... What is going to happen? It's taught upon you that you have to hurry and that you're going to get old quickly. That is the most false statement ever. Use that time when you have the child thinking, when you can fully control it, when you cannot lose it. Use that time to figure out who you are, what you want to be, And don't ever think that you're old or don't have time. You have that. It's up to you to make the change. It's up to you to keep these things and protect these things. And if you don't see anything yet, it will come. Don't be afraid to ask questions to yourself. Don't be afraid to reflect on yourself. And don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable. If something doesn't go right, don't point fingers. It's because of him or her. Reflect on yourself. What could I have done better? What can I do better now? What can I apply to my life? What do I want to be? What do I want to stand in 10 years? What knowledge do I want to gain? Who do I want to protect or provide for? Who do I want to live with? All of these questions of who you are, what your surrounding is going to look like, that will develop. Don't think that you're old. You got this. I believe in you as much as you should believe in yourself. It's you against you in this world. If you make yourself believe by other people that 23 is old, then you lost. It's youthful, 30 is youthful, 40 is youthful, 50 is youthful. Don't ever let yourself believe that it's something else. That is the truth. That's what you believe. That's what you should apply. You're gonna be fine. Give yourself a chance and take it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.